Welcome back, I'm Miss Management, and today I'm sharing my list of 20 tycoon, simulation, and management games that I'm looking forward to playing in 2025. There are so many upcoming titles to go through and what feels like hundreds of shop simulator reskins, but I've been trolling through them for a while to bring you this curated list. These, of course, are the ones that look most interesting to me and seem to have some decent progress on development. There's also been a few games that I've covered in videos this year that have had their release dates pushed back to 2025, so I'll cover them briefly at the end. Let's get started with a pretty popular one, 2 Point Museum. In the next game from 2 Point Studios, you'll oversee the operations of a museum, ensuring your exhibits are interesting enough to keep visitors coming through the door and bringing in money. Money will allow you to discover new artifacts and pieces to display, further growing your business and reputation. Design your museum layout and exhibition areas, which will all need to be stocked with unique artifacts and rare items. This is where your expedition teams come in, discovering new amazing pieces for you to showcase from around the world. You can create guided tour routes to show off your best pieces and really wow your customers, but you'll also need to provide a range of entertainment and different facilities to satisfy your different guest types. The happier your visitors are, the more likely that they'll stay longer and make more donations, which can fund even more expeditions. Staying on top of cleanliness and maintenance is also essential, as well as protecting your exhibits from overly curious children. While the quirky humour isn't really my preferred style, I am really keen to see how they've created a museum management experience. Second is Magic Inn, a life sim and crafting game. You've been exiled from the wizarding community and find yourself managing a tavern, overseeing everything from menus, staff, and rooms for your guests. You'll build up your skills and learn magic spells to help with management, and have card battles similar to those in Potionomics for things like negotiation, persuasion, and attraction. Making friends with your customers and community is essential, and personalising your service to your customers' preferences will win you brownie points, which can lead to referrals to great business contacts. This helps you unlock new items, establish trade discounts, and find rare artifacts. As you progress, learn more about the world around you and your family history, redeeming your reputation and making it back into the good graces of the wizarding community. It looks like a really charming management and crafting game with interesting card game and magic elements. Number 3 is Paralives, a highly anticipated game by many, including myself for years now, as a competitor to The Sims. It's a dollhouse-style life simulation game where you'll build a home, create and customize characters called paras, managing their lives within their homes and the community. You'll play in a small open-world town filled with other paras who have their own traits and personalities, and there's unique conversation options to guide your interactions with those around you. Early versions will include weather effects and seasons, transportation like cars, bikes and boats, and pets including dogs, cats and horses. There's a range of different building tools for gridless home construction, curved walls and easily resized objects, and also full colour and texture customization, which is something we've been missing since The Sims 3. The early access version is coming out in 2025, and there's a massive roadmap with all the features being worked on. And while it might take a while to implement all these features that the community would be after, it's been really exciting to watch the dedicated progress on this game and just how committed the team are to in-depth gameplay and giving us a range of tools and experiences. Fourth on the list is the Diner at the End of the Galaxy, where you'll bring different factions and species of the galaxy together with food. Running a diner in the Noosa star system, you'll cater to a range of customers from adventurers to nobles and smugglers, each with different factions and goals. You'll need to cater to their diverse needs and exotic tastes by designing a menu that can satisfy everyone, and design your kitchen to handle rush hours, managing kitchen staff at various stations. You can grow unique ingredients in your garden, hire gardeners and crafters, and send out crews to explore the galaxy for new treasures. It won't take long until you are pulled into galaxy politics though, and it's up to you how to use your delicious food to influence different factions and ultimately the future of the galaxy. It looks like there's great customization and design options for your rooms, and I'm quite intrigued to find out how the politics plays out through diner management. Number 5 is Dealer's Life Legend. In Dealer's Life Legend, you'll travel around a fantasy world, haggling and trading with others to buy and sell unique items. Explore new areas and meet and trade with different characters, and gain skill boosts and rare objects from completing quests. Different factions may not like you trading with their enemies though, so be choosy who you trade with in the world. As you practice your haggling skills, you'll be able to better sway customers into certain decisions. Using magical items and potions can also help you in your travels, with a range of enchanted and cursed items around the realm as well. Ideally, you'll build up wealth and a good collection of wares, upgrading your caravan along the way to become a famous trader. Next up is CraftCraft, Fantasy Merchant Simulator, an RPG shopkeeping game where you run a craft workshop in a town of quirky characters. Meet customers at the front desk to inquire about their needs, and then head to your workshop areas to start creating. To blacksmith, you'll need to heat up metals and hammer them into different shapes, sharpen blades, create pommels, and assemble final pieces for your customers. You'll be judged on the quality of your crafts and how well you followed the client's brief. You can explore different parts of town where you might come across new materials to create some really unique pieces. All the characters have really well done voice acting, nice little stories, and there are multiple endings depending on the choices that you make. The character creation is also really cute, and how can I not mention the owl cat? Number 7 is COPA City, an event planning management game where you organise and prepare for major football games in a city. You'll need to manage contracts with teams, ensuring that their needs are met, and prepare the city for the big game, including fan activations, traffic control, accommodation, and more. You'll also need to ensure that the stadium is in tip-top shape before the game can go ahead, and sell enough tickets to break even. In the lead up to the game, you'll watch as fans flood the city looking for entertainment and opportunities to show their team pride. Each club's fans have unique quirks as well, like either wanting early or late night celebrations before a game, or preferring different activities. The fan parades show distinct team colours, and each team has a unique chance to really give that feeling that the city is being activated by a major sports event. I barely know a thing about football, or soccer as some of us might call it, but I love the idea of major planning for big events like these, and it looks like a really interesting game. Next is Space Chef, which is an open world action, adventure, crafting, and cooking game. You'll start a small restaurant from your trailer in space, exploring the galaxy in search of ingredients and items to slowly expand and build up your way to being the greatest chef. But there's some funny business going on, and you'll need to keep an eye on the large corporation that's trying to take over the food industry. As you explore new areas for exotic ingredients, you'll encounter all sorts of creatures, some of which can be charmed or distracted, and some of which need to be taken down with force, which is where your weaponry comes in. Be strategic in the ways that you hunt for ingredients, and gather new items to upgrade your weapons and kitchen equipment, including helper bots to automate some of your tasks. The cooking mechanics look really fun with a great art style, and you can make food deliveries, take quests, and also play with a friend on local couch co-op. Number 9 is Discounty. In Discounty, you've moved to a new town to take ownership of the only supermarket, although not everyone is happy that you're around. Design your store layout, plan aisles for easy navigation, decorate to encourage more sales, keep shelves stocked, floors clean, and the storage room organised. And also don't forget to ring up your customers. As you grow, you'll expand and reorganise your shop to meet customers' emerging needs. After business hours, explore the town and meet your new neighbours, paying special attention to locals who might be able to make trade deals with you. This won't come too easily though, as you'll have to face the reality of why some of the townsfolk don't want the discount store to continue operating, and decide whether to pursue profits above all else or help create a better town. Number 10 is Blacksmith Master. Made by the same team as Tavern Master, Blacksmith Master will see you operating a medieval smithy, overseeing mining and woodcutting operations, item design, and selling your finished products. Everything you sell is created from scratch and will require raw materials. These raw materials will then go through a range of crafting processes. You can change between first-person mode and management mode, and you'll start crafting everything on your own at the start of the game, completing contracts to earn gold and contract points. As you progress, hire the best staff for a range of jobs, equip them with the best tools, and keep them happy at their workstations to increase efficiency and quality. Staff have a range of different skills. For example, some blacksmiths might specialise in metalwork, gems, or research, and they grow their skills over time. Design your shop layout strategically and fulfill requests from around the realm to unlock new opportunities. Research new items to craft and sell, and watch as your reputations and profits grow. Next is STARIO Haven Tower. In STARIO, you'll build a vertical city, helping ground dwellers start a new life away from the harsh conditions below. Pay attention to the different sky layers that each have unique benefits and drawbacks, with different resource types and creatures to discover. You'll build facilities to collect these resources from the sky and different weather events around you, and set up production lines to process them into usable materials for your city. Manage porters, pipes, and balloons to deliver resources across all levels of your city to keep it running efficiently and your colonists happy. The environment, scenes, and resources all change as you build your city taller, and the higher you get, the more challenges and opportunities await. There's a nice looking research tree to unlock new ways to keep up with new demands and environments, and I really like the art style and concept. Number 12 on the list is Mars Attracts. Based on the Mars Attacks universe, Mars Attracts is a theme park management game set on Mars. Design your theme park including rides, amenities, and entertainment areas, as well as exhibitions of humans from different periods of history. As you collect different humans from ancient Rome to the Wild West, you'll need to build suitable habitats for them to keep them happy and avoid escape attempts. You'll research your specimens to understand more about the human species, push them to their limits, and show them off to your visitors for a profit. It seems like a really interesting premise, and I'm keen to see the depth of the human caretaking and research in particular. Next is Aquapark Tycoon. Aquapark Tycoon is a water park management game where you can design and customize pools, water slides, and saunas to give your guests a great day out. I've had this on my wish list since before we even heard about Planet Coaster 2 and was really excited, and now having played Planet Coaster 2 with the water park elements, I'm still really keen to see what kind of unique gameplay this might bring. Use indoor and outdoor areas to create spaces for different weather conditions, seasons, and preferences, build a range of experience to suit all kinds of guests, and take on their feedback to improve your park. Hire and manage staff including lifeguards, sauna masters, and maintenance workers to create a clean, safe, and fun environment, slowly building up your park to be bigger and better. I'm really hoping this turns out to be like a water park version of Parkitect, focusing less on super detailed customizations like in Planet Coaster, but more on the management aspects and overall strategies. Number 14 is KAISERPUNK. KAISERPUNK is a combination of city building and grand strategy set in an alternative world in the 20th century. It has a focus on production management and logistics, and challenges you to build and manage your city-state while expanding your influence across a global map. Set up complex production chains to grow your city, optimizing your logistics and transport network as new opportunities arise and technology becomes available. You'll forge alliances and negotiate trade deals with other nations to continue growing into a prosperous city-state to attract more citizens. But you'll also need to build up your army to fight other global forces by land, sea, and air, or you can just use brute economic force to drive other nations into debt. It looks really in-depth, and I'm hoping that it plays similar to Manor Lords, with the switching between watching over your town closely and also being able to see your standing on a larger map. Number 15 is Tower Networking Inc., an internet service provider simulation game. You'll design and build network connectivity and services to clients living and working in a tower that keeps building random floors. Each new floor will have unique residents that have different needs, and you'll need to connect your clients to networks by patching cables into switches, managing routers, and data risers. Configure and maintain equipment to ensure that you're meeting the requirements of the tower's inhabitants in a timely manner, and make sure you never go over budget. This game is made by a team of 2, and while it's a bit techy, I think it's a really great idea for a crazy time management game, and possibly good if you want to learn more about how internet services work. Number 16 is Adaptory, which is a colony management game set in space. After crash landing on a deserted planet, your job is to keep your crew of 4 explorers alive long enough to figure out a way back home. Each game is completely new, with procedurally generated maps that bring unique challenges and brand new colonists each time. It combines physics-based simulation with base building and discovery as your team digs below the surface for resources. Relationships will develop, challenges appear, and rebuilding the ship might eventually take a backseat to more pressing matters. It looks like it has great physics and chemistry systems, simulating gravity, temperature, density, viscosity, and even phase transitions, with nearly 50 different materials to learn about and experiment with. Your crew will need somewhere to eat, sleep, wash, heal, and relax, and you'll manage materials, power, temperature, connections, plumbing, and eventually start to automate your tasks as the size of your base grows. You only ever have 4 crew members, so this automation is necessary as you figure out how to repair your ship and make it home. Next is Crazy Dungeon Tavern, where you manage a tavern underground. You have 2 main sources of income, which are daily operations and special missions. While the tavern is open, you'll prepare dishes for your customers through rhythm-based gameplay. You can also hire mercenaries to venture deep into the dungeon for new ingredients and materials to upgrade your mercenaries' equipment. Accept various commissions from different customers who visit the tavern as well. As your reputation grows, you'll unlock higher tier missions with better rewards to grow your business, and as your mercenaries progress through the dungeons, you'll eventually reach the Demon Lord final boss. There's something about the art style and cooking gameplay that just really intrigues me. Number 18 is Do No Harm. Do No Harm is a Lovecraftian doctor simulator that combines medical decision making with a Lovecraftian horror. Play as the village doctor, tasked with diagnosing and treating patients with unsettling symptoms. Your aim is to survive for 30 days, but there's just something strange up with this place, and each new case will offer clues to the larger story, while hallucinations try to block your path. With really limited information, you'll need to make the best choices you can and see how they lead to different outcomes and endings. If you're a fan of job simulation or Lovecraftian style games, Do No Harm is a good one to check out. Number 19 is Chemist Wanted. Chemist Wanted is a chemistry lab simulator and crafting game. Based on real chemistry, you'll create specific compounds by combining materials and processes to produce different results. The gameplay revolves around setting up lab equipment and executing detailed chemical processes, including dissolving, precipitating, extracting, evaporating, and filtering to create different chemical compounds. Success depends on producing high purity compounds which sell for higher amounts. To suit your playstyle, you can choose whether you work for a high-pressure corporation, a risky criminal network, or just explore independently. Procedurally generated interactions mean that each playthrough is unique as well. It seems like a really great educational game with fun experimentation. And finally, at number 20 is Stock the Shelves. Stock the Shelves is a frantic time management game as you start a small rundown shop and really work to turn it into a thriving empire. Buy new items, stock shelves, serve customers, and hire staff to help you along the way. Each item you sell in your shop has a unique restock challenge, which can vary from simple timed button press to pressing a series of randomized inputs, or requiring you to pay attention to other things like the time of day. While it's not an overly deep game, if you're really into time management games, I think this one looks really fun. And there is my list of 20 tycoon simulation and management games that I'm looking forward to playing in 2025 that have been announced so far. I also mentioned that there were some other games I've covered in videos this year that have had their release dates pushed back to 2025, and I'm still really excited for these ones as well. They are Abbey, where you oversee the residents of an abbey, creating delicious and holy ales. Tavern Keeper is a story-rich tavern management game with lots of customization options. Bar Tycoon, in which you manage a vampire bar, capturing humans to get high-quality blood for your vampire patrons. Business Heroes Street Grub, which is a food stand tycoon game and a bit of a successor to Lemonade Stand Tycoon. Airborne Empire, where you build and manage a sky city exploring an open world. And Fata Deum, which is a god game and colony sim where you make different choices on how to gather followers. So have I missed any games that you are keen for or that I haven't found? I know that I didn't mention the new Civilization, which I also have on my wishlist, but wanted to share some probably lesser known games. I really think it'll be an interesting year for the life sim genre, and I'm particularly keen for Paralives. I really hope you found a game or two to add to your wishlist, and just thank you so much again for your support and joining me for another video. I hope you have an amazing 2025. This is Mismanagement out.